Hi, welcome to the tutorial on Graphical and Analytical Representation of Data, Part 1. By the end of this topic, you will be able to explain what data analysis is, explain the link between data analysis and ML, explain the types of data analysis. Previously, we have learnt about data and how it is tabulated, and we have also learned that we use machine learning for predicting future events. Now, we will discuss more about what exercise we do with the available data for bringing out insights from it. Suppose you are watching a cricket match and a new batsman comes to the crease at the striker's end. The captain of the fielding team, in consultation with the bowler, decides which field setting to take and which ball he must bowl so that the batsman gets out early. Let us write down the points the captain and the bowler might have discussed. The batsman's previous scores, the batsman's strength, the batsman's weakness. Does the batsman struggle with swing and pace? Is he comfortable with spin? Etc. etc. If we talk technically, the captain and the bowler consulted the historical data of the batsman or batting statistics based on which they took the required decision. Also, the bowler, based on the treatment of the batsman on his previous deliveries, decides on which areas to bowl so that the runs can be minimized. The process of studying the available data and drawing valuable insights or information from it with the help of any software is termed as data analysis. Data analysis is being used every day and everywhere to enable businesses to take smart and accurate decisions. When you get your semester results, your professor suggests you the topic or subjects you must pay more attention to for getting better results. This again is an example of data analysis. Your professor analyzes your marks in each subject, identifies your weakest subject, and then highlights the major topics in those subjects which you must pay attention to for scoring better marks. In this case, since the data was very small, the human brain was able to analyze the data efficiently. Now suppose the professor has to analyze each and every student's grade for the university or for the city or town they are living in. This becomes very difficult for the human brain to analyze since there is huge amount of data. So we use an analytical tool to analyze the data and derive the desired results. Some of the most commonly used analytical tools in the industry are MS Excel, Python, R, SAS, KNIME, SPSS, MATLAB, Minitab, Tableau, etc. etc. Every day new tools are being developed for better and accurate deductions and minimal human interventions. We have understood what data analysis is, but what has machine learning got to do with data analysis? As we have learnt earlier, machine learning uses different algorithms for predicting the future outcomes, and data analysis is about analyzing the data and bringing out valuable insights from it using analytical tools. So, data analysis is a part of machine learning which analyzes your data and brings out insights before applying any algorithms on it. For example, let us consider the cricket match scenario. Based on the previous match performance of your opponents, you analyze and decide on which bowler to use for the selected batsman or which ball to bowl at the batsman, which will give you reward in the form of a wicket. But when you predict which team is going to win the cricket match based on historical data, at that time you would use a machine learning algorithm for predicting the winner. In the previous example, we may also consider certain factors like the pitch conditions, the weather, the time for the match, etc. etc. This will help us predict the result for the match. It is all about identifying a trend or a relationship with either of the conditions which affect our prediction. This type of data analysis is known as exploratory data analysis. The objective of EDA is to find out the patterns and relationships among the data variables. Exploratory data analysis, or EDA, is an integral and most important part of data analytics. It helps in finding out patterns and trends in the data. Just like you get the summary of storyline of your favorite novel at the back cover, EDA gives us summary of the dataset. The summary is always accompanied by different types of graphs and descriptive statistics, which becomes easier for the audience to understand and interpret. For example, before the start of every cricket match, the captain and the coach discusses on the performance of the players of the opponent team. They study the opponent's strengths, weaknesses, the number of times they won, last 5 inning ratio, and so on. All these figures are just descriptive statistics of the opponent team's performance, and this is what EDA is all about. Before we start any modeling on a dataset, it is always necessary to know about the variables that we will be dealing with, and hence EDA comes into picture. If we have EDA, we know about the dataset and hence our modeling becomes easy. This can be summarized in the diagram given on the screen. Using machine learning, we create models where we do data analysis using different algorithms. We also explore the data using different methods for the EDA. The four major types, or we can say the four levels of data analytics, are descriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis, predictive analysis, and prescriptive analysis. Let us discuss in detail about each one of them. In descriptive analysis, we get to know what is happening based on the available data. It is the first level of information that you obtain from the data. Let us consider the cricket match which we have talked about earlier. Using the match data, you will know which players didn't perform well. Some more examples of descriptive analysis are daily or weekly sales summary for a marketing officer, which can help him in identifying the sales trend over the week or which sales representative had the maximum sales on a given day. Another example is the daily summary of transactions available with banks that help them know the amount of money deposited in a day or the number of loans sanctioned. This analysis will give us a high-level picture of the data, and we can say that this is step 1 for our data analysis journey. Most of the data-driven companies are never content with the information gathered in descriptive analysis, but they go deeper to know about the cause of the events. This is called diagnostic analysis. This is the second step of our data analysis process. Let us take an example of the cricket match. So once we have won or lost the match, we deep dive into the data and investigate as to what was the main reason for the outcome of the match. Was it the toss or the pitch conditions or the player's performance or some other reason? This type of analysis is time intensive as you deep dive into the issue to find out the reason for the occurrence. Companies use diagnostic analytics to derive deep insight from the problems. Next step, that is predictive analysis, is the major step of our data analysis process. It takes into account the key findings from the descriptive and diagnostic analysis and predicts the future events. This type of data analysis uses machine learning algorithms to predict the future events using different machine learning tools that we would cover in the subsequent modules. For example, for predicting the outcome of the next match based on the available data, we build a forecasting model using ML algorithms. Next step in data analysis is prescriptive analysis. It prescribes which actions must be taken to eliminate the problems which impact the future trends of the events. This analysis takes into account all of the previous analysis and then recommends the action items. For example, once the cricket match ends, the losing side analyzes the cause for such outcome. They also identify the things that they should avoid and things they should focus on for improving their performance in their next matches. So that's it in this tutorial. We will continue our discussion on graphical and analytical representation of data in the next tutorial.